not one, not two, but three mad ass content creators with me today. Yeah, you can scream, Welcome back to my channel. Yep, it's Favor Amubade here again. To my amazing subscribers, you guys, thank you so much for coming back. And if this is your first time or you're yet to, please click the subscribe button. Thank you. Now, my amazing viewers, today's content is rather special because I have not one, not two, but three mad ass content creators with me today. Yeah, you can scream. I have a blogger, a real life blogger, a podcaster, like an existing one, like an amazing one, and a fellow YouTuber, like a celeb, a starlight, you know. What these three people with me? Hot. Yeah, I know you can't see them around me right now. That's because we actually couldn't meet up physically because of your corona stuff, and they stay at different parts of Nigeria. However, we shall meet them in the video realm. Yeah. Okay, guys, so the reason why I have them with me today is because we're going to be having a little inside look into how these awesome content creators put out their amazing content, like those awesome articles you read, the spectacular podcasts you listen to, and the mind-blowing videos you watch on YouTube. Like, how did they get them out there? Because it's not actually just a walk in the park. Okay, so without further ado, let us meet our royal guest.
YouTube people, what's going on? First off, I'd like to say thank you to Favor Amubade for the chance to speak to people on your channel. My name is Mubarak from Ballbenders. What I do basically is talk about football for people, my people out there who love football. If anyone has any questions about podcasting, you could reach out to me via my Twitter account or even on Instagram. You will see it right there on the screen. I'll be more than willing to assist you on your podcasting journey. Take care, have a good time.
Hello everyone, my name is Inuwa Oyebola. I am a blogger and content creator. The name of my blog is Lagos Ajebo, so if you read my articles, that's me. I'm a freelancer. I love creating content, content in general. So thank you.
Hey guys, what's up? What's good? You shock you, Abby. Yeah, same fine girl. I know. Stop it. Alright guys, my name is Maria Ibafe. I am a YouTuber, and basically this is a color video. So let me skip all those brown parts. So basically we're talking about like the behind the scenes. We're putting a mirror in your faces to see behind the scenes of how we make our videos and determine our content and all that good stuff, all that juicy stuff. So yeah.
Okay, welcome guys, Mubarak, Kini, and Maria. Thank you so much for agreeing to this. You guys are amazing. Please do check them out. That link is in the description box below. You have to check them out. You just have to. Without wasting any more of our time, let us get this show on the road. Okay guys, it is still Favor Amubade here. I still have my awesome guest with me, Maria the YouTuber, Ini the blogger, and Mubarak the podcaster. I mean, like, are you guys feeling the heat? So we're talking about the steps they go through personally to get the content out there in their respective content fields. So to make it a bit more uniform, we divided it into four main steps. Okay, so now for the first step, let us start it off and hear what these content creators have to say. Step 1, determining the content.
Determining the material to actually produce content around, which has me, I get to watch a lot of football. Naturally, I love to watch football, but sometimes I have to watch football from like the Serie A or even the La Liga when it's not Real Madrid or Barcelona. For people who understand football, you know it can be very frustrating. You find a lot of people doing similar content to yourself, but you understand that from the crowd, don't you? So what I do is I try to brainstorm and bring out ideas that actually represent my personality, and it's never easy. It's actually hard for me to put all of that into the world for people to see me through my content. I'm trying to represent myself while I'm talking about football. So that's two things at one point. So it takes a lot of brainstorming, it takes a lot of hours, sometimes days, before I actually put my content out for people to listen to.
So I determine the content. Basically, I have a content book where anytime I have an idea on anything that I can write on, I write it in my content book or content journal. Sometimes I find inspiration from things I see on the internet, or I draw inspiration from my life or my experiences at a particular point in time, or even at that point in time. And then sometimes I just feel, okay, maybe it's not time to write about this. So I write it down in my content journal. I take note of it. Sometimes I even write a draft of it and leave it in my WordPress account. You get? Because everything, of course, has to relate with what I do. I mean, I'm a lifestyle blogger, so I cannot see something about maybe politics and I'll write, oh, actually, like everything has to be in line with what I do and what my blog is about.
So determine the content. How I do mine, I first check my people in my niche, beauty bloggers and like lifestyle YouTubers, do basically the same thing I do and things that I like. So I check their videos. Anything that now speaks to me, like whatever I really like, or something that I know that I can really touch up this thing to look very fine in my own way, like it will relate to me in a very good way. You get that kind of thing. So apart from checking all those, I also go to trending to see what's trending, because there are some trends that you have to like follow, because those ones are the hot ones. So you want to like get in the trend. Basically just check from different angles, then figure out what I'll do. I can get like 5 videos a day, like video titles a day. I'll write them down. So I always have like a notepad where I write my ideas and everything. That's like the best thing, so you don't forget. So you keep on having content to keep on producing. You get that kind of thing. Content. That's how I determine what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Actually, the thing is that some people actually think that determining the content is like the easiest part. Maybe it's just to choose what it is that you do, but it's not really. It's not exactly a walk in the park. You actually have to like choose what people want to watch or listen to. Okay, so moving on to step 2. Content preparation. Preparing the content. The process of preparing the content. Let's see what these guests have to say. Amy, you're up.
In terms of content preparation, like I said earlier, after I determine the content and I jot it down in my content book or content journal, there are times where I actually start to write the drafts and save it in my WordPress account. Maybe the inspiration is burning in me at that moment, then I write it down. Because like every youth, I procrastinate. Sometimes I procrastinate a lot. So I like having some drafts already in my WordPress account, saved to my WordPress account, so that times where maybe I don't find inspiration, I can now edit what I have in my draft and then publish it. But most times I come up with the content like when it's already hot. I don't finish it at the go, but like I'm like, let me write this at this time. It's true, let me write this, let me write that. So most times I write as a default.
So for content preparation, there's really nothing much here. If it's on a particular topic, I browse, I check people's views about that topic, check about it, like really know, go in depth in it, so that I can really know what it's about, in case I don't know about it very well, or even if I know about it, knowing more and more about it helps. Just ask my friends. I ask my friends a lot. I'm sure they haven't tired of me, but like, why didn't my friends? Just to see people's views, if that kind of thing is what people would like to see. That's basically just researching and like getting people's views from different parts, different angles.
Content preparation. Now this point is like the most important phase in getting my content out there, because it has to do with recording, it has to do with getting the actual ideas that I got from brainstorming and putting everything together to make a product. Why I say this is very challenging is because sometimes, because where I stay is usually very noisy during the day, and when I want to record, it's actually very difficult to get that good sound that I want to get out. And for someone like me who values my sleep very much, even though some of my good friends don't think I do, it has me staying up all night making content. Sometimes I during the day I just kind of find myself shutting down.
I think that's really it about content preparation. It's not so much wahala per se, but then it's kind of wahala at the same time. As a YouTuber, I have to like get the right lighting. Sometimes my lighting is kind of off. I'm even still working on that. You know, have good quality, which I am still working on. And you know, so many things that in fact you can never stop working on it. You just have to keep getting better and keep on improving and everything. Okay, so after you prepare the whole content, the next thing you gotta do is you gotta edit, because you cannot give people rough work. They will so insult you. They will insult you. You have to edit it to make it like presentable. So, Mubarak, how does your own editing process go?
Editing and audio, for me, it actually is one of the most boring phases of getting my content out there. But I have to do it because my content has to sound as good as possible. So when I edit, I try to amplify the sound. I try to make it sound as good as possible. And one of the major challenges is the fact that it is a very boring thing to do. It takes a lot of time, especially when I did not have access to a computer. I had to edit on my audio on my Android device, which was quite challenging. At some point, I even lost a whole audio, a whole episode, just because I was editing on my Android device and it did not have enough space to take all of that space on my phone. So you understand, that can be very boring.
Editing my articles, I think this is my favorite part, because I'm a content creator in general. So I take pictures, I make videos, I have to edit all those ones. So in terms of article writing, editing my articles is actually my favorite part, because that's where I actually include featured images for fun pictures that can go in line with my post at that time. Sometimes I take pictures myself because I have to edit it and things like that. I put in things that I know, okay, yes, this will be nice with this. I adjust my title into something like humorous or something that people don't expect. So basically, editing is like my favorite part, even though sometimes I get tired looking for typos and things like that. I think that's just my favorite part, you know, me including my special touch into my own post. It's just very me.
Editing, that's the next step, which is step 3. My editing is quite basic. I'm still learning. I'm not like a guru. It's not those graphic designers that are gurus in all this, but probably look for someone to teach me. I don't even know. But like, I use very basic stuff. I use iMovie. So I use iMovie. That's the basic thing I use to just compile my videos, you know, add some effects and stuff like that. So basically that's what I use to edit. And my editing process is quite basic, I guess, because I just try to make my video look good in the eye of the audience, which is you guys watching me right now. So yeah, I just try to make my video look good, and I try to, you know, cut some parts that, you know, there are some parts where you do that you don't want in the video. I try to cut those parts, join some other parts. Even if I'm meant to move some things like from this place to this place, you know, that all boils down to the editing. So you edit your video in a way that it's gonna look nice and presentable to the audience. That's basically
yeah. But the things that for me actually, editing actually takes a lot of my time, because I'm using an Android phone, and my Android phone is like, it's not even up to par. It is even outdated really. So it gives a lot of issues and limitations and all that. But that's still not an excuse and then not to like get something reasonable out there. It just takes more time, but like, you know, if you're ready to work, you will work. And it's actually, I enjoy it. Yeah, I do. I enjoy editing. Okay, so I guess it's time for the last and final step. Ding 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 ding. Uploading. Upload it. Upload.
So the last and final step, I know you guys like my face now. I sabi. So the last and final step is uploading the content. The uploading, that's where your title of your video comes to play, because basically you'd have already known the title and everything you want to put right from the start, from the beginning, before you even start shooting your video. Like this is where you actually type it in, you know, description box where people read stuff and all that, where people check for stuff like that. This is the step that is very annoying, because sometimes there are sometimes where you upload content and you will sleep there. It can take like 2 hours for you to just upload one content, like upload one video on your YouTube. You know, like, I beg, who did I kill? Did I do anything to anybody that my video? Did I do anything to YouTube? Like, but like, you just gotta, I don't know, you get used to it basically. I think I'm already used to it now. And even sometimes it can be fast. Like, it can just be like and your video is already uploaded. So that's just it.
Uploading the content to the internet. No matter how good my audio sounds, if it's not heard by you guys out there, then it's as good as useless. So what I do is I try as much as possible to get all of those bundles. You know, if you're a young guy in Nigeria, you understand now. I get all these cheap bundles that I'm not going to say cheap, they're affordable. Because if you are comparing to elsewhere in the world, data is actually very, very expensive in Nigeria. But then, yeah, it is what it is. I try to do as much as possible, even though the boy ain't done yet. But you guys have to get my content, so I spend a lot of money on data. I could say that I spend as much as I spend on data, maybe even more than I spend on food, but that's a big lie. But then I spend a lot on data, and the fact that it's not very swift, sometimes it keeps hanging, it's very, very frustrating. I could share a story about my last episode. I was going to upload, it was on 96%. You could imagine, 96%. I was like, okay, it's done right now, just for me to just come do the description thing and share the link to everyone to see. But then the whole thing just got messed up at one point because the internet was very slow and the internet was bad. That was how that whole session ended. I had to start all over again. And if you are uploading content to the internet, because of how bad the internet is, sometimes it could take 2 hours just to get to that 96% I was able.
There's nothing there in uploading the content. I mean, WordPress it doesn't really waste your time in terms of uploading your content. Once you just press publish like this, straight up is going into the internet, into the air, into the sky. Everybody's gonna see your posts. So after I publish my blog post, of course I have to share the link. This is the part I do not like, because I have to share the link, come up with an excerpt, or a summary of what my post is about. Not even a summary, but just something enticing that will make people want to read the post. This actually is the part I don't like. I send it as BCs. Plus, I have to upload on my Twitter. I have to upload on my Instagram. I have to update the links in my bios. I have to create a fun template that shows a particular part of my post. Just do fun things to put my post out there. But my least favorite is just sending BCs because, I don't know, people are not always encouraged. Neither are they encouraging when you drop your content. So this was my
Yeah, uploading the content, like Maria said, it does take ages for YouTube. I can totally relate to YouTube, but it takes forever. God, like sometimes it can take like 10 years and you're like, what am I uploading? But then you just have like times like, okay, usually it takes like 2 hours. It means I have to start uploading like 2 hours earlier than the time I want to actually let it out. So it's just, Emma, wow, alright. So I believe we've come to the end of this segment. I'm so sorry we could not take like an in-depth look because of time. Like, time is not on our side. Our producers are already telling us that we've just so much time, so we have to like give like a brief overview. But don't worry, we're definitely working on having a more in-depth look at this along the line, so just watch out. I would like to say a very, 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 very big thank you to my guest, Mubarak, the awesome podcaster, Maria, the amazing and my fellow YouTuber, and Ini, the spectacular blogger. Thank you guys so much for coming in. You really, really have to check them out. Please, the link is in the description box below. Just go and the link is there. Just click it and check them out. So thanks again, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Watch up to this point. Much love, man. I'm really, really grateful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Give this channel all the love. I am still yours, Favor Ambubode. See you guys soon. Have a great day. I love you. Bye bye.
Owen University is one of the top private universities in Nigeria.
My school's better than any private school you would ever know.
Only the best is good for girls.
Anyone that thinks they can compete with us is delusional.
It's about to go down.